Welcome to SVSN, your news source for all of you out there in the Valley. I'm Devin Gregg.
And I'm Morgan Merritt. We have a great show for you today, and first we're going out to Katie Stolzenberg at Jasper Elementary.
Katie's going to tell us about the 3 new teachers at Jasper, along with the 3rd grade guest speaker.
Katie?
Thank you, Devin and Morgan. In the month of October, Jasper Elementary hired 3 new teachers, and the 3 new teachers are
Mrs. Rachel Fuller, a graduate of Ohio University, is now teaching 1st grade. Mrs. Fuller has previously subbed at Piketon for 7 years. Mrs. Jill Rockwell, a graduate of Ohio University, who has been a sub at Piketon for almost 13 years, has been hired to be a full-time 2nd grade teacher. Mrs. Heather Barlow, a graduate of Shawnee State University, taught at the beginning of this academic year at Pike Christian Academy before being hired by Scioto Valley Local Schools to be a kindergarten teacher.
That's all for this week's Jasper Elementary Report. Join us for my next report on the junior musical, The Jungle Book. Back to you, Devin and Morgan.
Thanks, Katie. Now we're going out to Zons.
Where JP is going to tell us about Pee Wee football along with Pee Wee cheerleading.
JP?
Thanks, Devin and Morgan. This fall sports season, many Zons Corner Middle School students have participated in the Pee Wee football and cheerleading program. Here's some highlights of the students and also the rosters of the teams.
The 3rd and 4th grade football team is coached by Jason Taylor. They had a great season, posting 5 wins and only 1 loss. They also had a game result in a draw. The cheerleading program was also a great success, having over 30 students on its squad.
I'd like to say congratulations to all the teams on a great season. The future of our football and cheerleading programs look great. Back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks for the great report, JP. You know, it's always good to hear about the Pee Wee athletics going strong.
Next we're going out to Ashley Longhorn, who's going to tell us about the new things happening at Piketon High School.
Ashley?
Thank you, Devin and Morgan. Recently on the junior high side, students held Mix It Up Day at lunch. Mix It Up Day is about students sitting with other students that they wouldn't normally sit with. This day is supposed to help students break out of their comfort zone and possibly make some new friends in the process. Next, on the high school side, the environmental science class recently went to Pike Lake and turned an old water reservoir into a bat cave. Their class did this because campers at Pike Lake were complaining about the bats and their feces being in their cabins. There had been some talk about killing the bats.
Yeah, so they can make another one behind on the side.
She's still stuck in the day.
In other news, Mr. Wheeler has finally finished the art studio wall. I had a chance to interview him about it. Hi, I'm standing here with the art teacher, Mr. Wheeler. Hey, Mr. Wheeler, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So what, gave you the idea to do the art studio wall?
The art studio wall, I wanted artworks to stand out a lot more. So as students were going down the hallway, they would of course see the accomplishments that students are creating here at PHS. But the best of studio idea came from simply the first word, the best. We're looking for the best that students have to offer here at PHS. And as you look on the wall here, these students really took pride in that first word, best. So these students have created some excellent projects this year. They have created some excellent drawings. Here soon we're going to start painting. So I plan on filling this whole wall up with the best of studio and then running it all the way down this hallway. You're going to see all kinds of interesting paintings and artworks.
Wow, that's really interesting. Thank you. How do you get on the wall?
You get on the wall by time, dedication, actually extra time. Not only did you follow the directions and complete the projects, you went above and beyond. You came extra class periods, you asked questions, you followed directions, but also you took a personal approach to your project and just added a lot more to it than what was originally required.
Well, that was very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it having you.
Back to you, Devin and Morgan.
Thanks for the informative report, Ashley.
Now we're going to send it out to Emily McJunkin, who's going to have a sit-down with 5th grade science teacher Sherry Thompson-Haynes.
Emily?
Thank you, Morgan and Devin. Hi, I'm here with Sherry Thompson-Haynes, a teacher here at Zons Corner Middle School. Hi, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. Where did you graduate from high school?
I graduated from Huntington High School in Ross County.
Okay. Where did you graduate from college?
I graduated first from Shawnee State, and then from Ohio University, and then finally from Walden University.
Okay. Have you taught anywhere else prior to getting hired on here at Zons Corner Middle School?
I used to teach at the high school at Piketon, and for as long as I've been a teacher, I've only taught at Scioto Valley local schools.
Okay.
So I taught over at the high school, I taught 6 years, and this is my 5th year at Zons.
Oh, all right. Have you always wanted to pursue a career in education?
Well, actually, this is my second career. I used to work as a lab technician at the hospital in a medical lab. Then later, I used to work as a lab technician in an industrial laboratory at the United States Enrichment Corporation. I was laid off in 2000, and I decided to still stay in the field of science, but I wanted to be a teacher, kind of stay in that field, but then do something a little bit different too.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's all I have. So thank you for letting us interview you.
Okay, well, you're welcome, and thanks for coming over to Zons.
You're welcome. Back to you, Morgan and Devin.
Thanks, Emily. We love hearing from our beloved staff.
Absolutely. But now we're going to move on to a lighter segment that we like to call History with Jeremy.
Halloween started nearly 2,000 years ago in Ireland with a group known as the Celtics. Happy Halloween, folks.
Thanks, Jeremy. You know, he's such an informative soul.
Yes. Yes, he is.
But now we're going to send it out to Ashley Longhorn, who's going to do a special homecoming report.
Ashley.
Thank you, Devin and Morgan. Homecoming has come and gone for our school, and students were eager to make this a great one. This year is the first year we have done the spirit walls. Each grade level was assigned a wall to decorate to show their class spirit and were judged on how well they did. The winners of the spirit wall contest were the freshmen. Another way to build up school pep was by dressing up each day of Spirit Week. The days were Murica Monday, Tropical Tuesday, Way Old Wednesday, Thug Thursday, and Fanatic Friday. Also, Friday night was the homecoming ceremony and football game. The ceremony was held before the game and began with the band playing a tune while the attendants were escorted through the middle of the field by their escorts. After that, all eyes were on the field to watch the crowning of our homecoming queen, Hannah Matthews. The homecoming ceremony, though, was not the only exciting part of the night. Our boys played a hard-fought game to win over Zane Trace 35-34. The excitement carried through the game to the last winning points. With Piketon being down in the fourth quarter by 1 point with merely 40 seconds on the clock, Coach Gallion made a gutsy decision to go for a 2-point conversion. Luckily, though, we got a flag called on Zane Trace when we couldn't bring it in to score. Not backing down to the competition, Gallion called for another 2-point conversion, but this one succeeded. Devin Brewster ran the ball in to score the winning points. This win helped boost the excitement for the homecoming dance the next day. The students all looked great, and the dance was a success. All of the students seemed to have a great time. Back to you, Devin and Morgan.
Thanks, Ashley. You know, for us, it was our last homecoming.
I've always had a great time at homecoming, and I'm really happy I got to spend it with all of my peers.
Now we're going out to Aaliyah Pelfrey with the sports report.
Aaliyah?
Thank you, Devin and Morgan. Today I have sport updates from our varsity soccer team and junior high volleyball team. First, here's an update of our soccer team season and an interview with the head soccer coach, Mike Martin.
The soccer team ended their season by being 3-14. To many, that does not seem like an improved record, but compared to our previous season, it is a tremendous improvement. Our young and inexperienced team found themselves in many games but couldn't put together 2 halves to come out on top. 4 players were given district honors. These players were Jake Neal, Mark Heslip, Dylan Williams, and Abby Krellers. Congratulations to these players.
Coach Martin, has this season turned out how you expected it to be?
No, not exactly. We didn't play as well as I thought we would with the numbers that we had, and we are a co-ed team. We're having a lot of problems with trying to play varsity teams, high school boys teams especially. There are not a lot of co-ed teams that we play against. The other factor is we had several players that was their first year. Even though we had 22 players, we had 11 boys and 11 girls. You just can't put inexperience against experience.
Yeah. And how has Piketon soccer changed since you've been coaching?
Well, since I've been here, we've had a lot of problem trying to maintain the program, trying to maintain teams. there was a couple of years we didn't have a varsity team, and we kept the junior high going. Now we've got varsity numbers and we don't have the junior high. So we've got a fantastic facility for, probably one of the best facilities in Southern Ohio as far as a natural field. And, I just hope it really takes off.
And do you think next year will be different because they'll be older and more experienced?
Next year, we're hoping to divide and go with girls and boys. And I think by doing that, every school that I've talked to, their numbers have exploded, and they've had good numbers, both boys and girls programs. I think a girls program would be very successful from what I've seen when I've been able to put the kids on the field. We've done well with just the girls, and I think that will help. As far as outlook, we're going to be loaded with seniors. And next year is going to be the year, if we're going to do something, we really need to push and get it done next year because we're going to lose a lot of players.
Yeah. And for my last question, do you know what kind of day it is?
It's a great day to be a Red Streak.
Now here's a short recap of the junior high volleyball season.
Our 8th grade volleyball team, or should I say SVC champs, had an overall season record of 12-2 and placed second in the tournament. They had an outstanding season and many accomplishments that they should be very proud of.
Also, a huge congratulations to the 8th grade volleyball team for being SVC champs. Back to you, Morgan and Devin.
Thanks for the outstanding report, Aaliyah.
I am ecstatic about this show that we've had today.
And I know we're going to leave here with you baking for more. Anyways, for all of you out there in the valley, remember to always keep it classy.
And always remember, it is a great day to be a Piketon Red Streak.